You are on with Shishi. Hi, everybody. Today's audio blog slash show slash broadcast is going to get a lot of, um, I'm probably get a lot of hate emails, a lot of whatever. But like I said, this audio blog, video blog slash broadcast is, listen, it's my opinion, it's my logic, and my perception, and everyone has it, so whatever. They're gonna have their own logic, they're gonna have their own perception, and this is just mine. So today's topic is why you should let your man cheat. Notice I said man, I haven't got to the woman part because we're not going there with that one. But why you should let your man cheat. This is why. First off, this your blog does not apply to you if you're one of those people that's not having it, like myself. Not dealing with that. When I get into a relationship, I tell them right off the bat, if I catch you cheating, I'm out. There's no nothing, no second chances. Not that I don't believe in giving second chances, depending on the circumstances, whatever. But I'm not really a second chance person because in my mind, I told you right off the bat, you didn't want to listen. You got caught out there. Don't get yourself caught out there. So that's one thing. I'm one of those people. I'm not having it. So if you're one of those people that's like me, you're not having it. You step in, you out. This doesn't apply to you. But for the ones who constantly forgive and forgive and forgive and take back and forgive, this is for you. The reason why I put it as why you should let him is because you are already letting him. And this is why. When a person cheats on you, you go through the whole drama, the whole argument, everything that goes with finding out the person initially cheated on you. You decide, I'm not going back. Or I'm going to give this person I'm going to give this person a second chance. Giving that person a second chance, okay, you go along. The person messes up again, you give a third chance. Now you one of those people who be on Maury and Bill Cunningham show and all them other shows. I'm here for the lie detector test. You done been there 3 times already. Why are you there? You know what the lie detector test is gonna say. That's why you here now. But you wasting all this time coming on TV, even if you don't come on. But you wasting all this time trying to find out information that you already know. You've been through this with the person 3 or 4 times, and you still stayed. You checking phones, you checking emails, you hiding in bushes, you following, taking time out from your life to do all of this stuff to confirm something that you already know. But in your mind, if you can get the evidence and present them with the evidence, then what? Now you're just gonna argue about it and fight about it. Most men dumb. You can have the evidence in their face. They'll be like, no, I didn't do that. And even if they do admit it, if you stay, the cycle is not gonna stop. And in your mind, I need to find out information. Finding out information that you already know, and you just keep going through. When is the cycle gonna break? When are you gonna say, you know what, enough is enough? It's gonna be constant argue. I see these women on these shows and these not just shows. That's life. I know women whose men have had babies on them. Not one, not two, not three. They've had babies on them, like three, 3 and more. Like, and the person was still trying to make the situation work. And I'm like, can you make a situation work? How can this situation work? And forget about that situation because most people, that's just to me that situation is weird. I was like, are you crazy? But not for nothing. Just any. I've seen situations where it's just the person is constantly getting taken back, constantly taken back, and it's like I say to myself, well, what's the point if you want to stay there? And I've even, I've had conversations because they come to me, people come to me and ask me, oh, well, what should I do, this and this and that. And the first thing I'm going to say through all of it, you should have been left. You should have been left. Now, if they're one of the people who's not trying to leave, I give them this advice. If you're going to stay, make the situation work in your favor. And let me tell you how you do that. You shut up. STFU. Shut up. Because no matter how much you argue with this man over and over and look for information and do all this, do you know how much you're taking away from yourself in your life? You're not, if you can't trust the person, or if you're in a relationship, and apparently you have no trust. So basically, to me, you have no relationship. Take it how you want it. But you have no relationship if you have no trust. If you can't trust a person to walk down the street, go to the store, do this on their own, you're doing this and you're doing that, and you're looking through phones and you're looking through emails and you're searching, and you're finding it, and you're searching. When do you get to a point where you stop? If this is a cycle and you keep going and this keeps going on, when do you get to a point where you stop? I mean, when do you say, you know what, enough is enough, I'm out? Or do you say that? So what I'm basically saying is, what are you going to do to resolve this issue? You're not going to do nothing to resolve the issue because you can't resolve the issue. You can't stop what's going on. This has been going on. You've been accepting of it or forgiving of it. Maybe you don't accept it, but you've been forgiving of it. And once you've forgiven it, you should learn to accept it. Because if you're not going to go nowhere, shouldn't you make the most of what you got going on? Shouldn't you try to work on this situation? Maybe if you work on this situation, maybe all that outside stuff will stop. Arguing and fighting about it, excuse me, is not going to make the outside stuff stop. Understand? It's not going to make it stop. It's just going to keep going on and on and on. If you ask the guys, most of the men, why they do it, you know, they'll say, because I can. You're not going nowhere. And they understand that and they see that and they know you just going to argue and nag and argue and nag. And a lot of you women are stupid because for some reason you think you can stop it. If I keep arguing, if I keep fighting, if I keep doing this, it's going to stop. Nah, it ain't going to stop. You're just going to lose your damn mind. And I'm just keeping it real. You're about to lose your mind, go crazy, keep doing all this crazy stuff, and making yourself look stupid in the process. Extra stupid, dumb. And then after it's all over, and Duke leaves because he's going to get sick of the foolishness and the following and the, you got to be with me all day. You can't go nowhere. You can't do this. He's going to get sick of that and he's going to be out. So then you'll be sitting there thinking a few years later, like, damn, my crazy self did all that. I had me looking out there looking stupid. But a lot of the times, a lot of people, they have to learn their lesson the hard way, and that's how they have to learn it. When they're sitting there looking stupid, saying, damn, I was out there looking crazy. So what I'm saying is, if you know you're not going anywhere, and this situation, don't let this situation drive you crazy. Do whatever you need to do to keep it together. Maybe you get yourself something on the side, whatever you want to do. But the point of what I'm trying to say is, don't sit there and dwell on something that you can't stop, you're not able to stop, and you're gonna just stay in the situation. So why don't you make it work for you instead of driving yourself crazy and doing all this ignorant stuff that's not gonna stop the situation? Why don't you invest in yourself while you're going through this situation? Go to the spa, get a side piece, get a hobby, do something, whatever it takes, just do it. But don't be acting like a nutcase, because why are you driving yourself crazy over someone else? You have to love yourself first, and you have to say to yourself, you know what, it's all about me. Most people who actually love themselves, who have self-love and are confident women, they leave. They're out. I ain't got time for this. You know why? Because I'm confident enough that I don't need you. That's number one. Number two, I'm a beautiful woman. I have no problem getting something else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out. But it's the less confident ones, or the ones who claim, I'm so in love, oh my God, I'm not going nowhere. Those those are the ones. That's who this blog is about. And if you feel some type of way, oh well, I'm telling the truth. Why would you sit there and continue on looking crazy, doing stupid stuff, and you're not going nowhere? You staying there. So why don't you just do it? Why don't you make the situation work in your favor? So like I said, do what you need to do to make it work for you. You be the good wife here at home and enjoy your time together. Enjoy what y'all doing together. Enjoy life. Go on about your business. Get a hobby. Get something on the side. Do something else. Go swimming. Do something. But don't sit there and waste valuable time out of your life stalking someone, going through their phone, being depressed, being sad, crying over someone else's actions. Especially if you're gonna stay somewhere. You know what? I'm just gonna stay here. You're gonna stay there and keep going through that. Either you're gonna stay or you're gonna leave. And if you choose to stay, make it work for you. And that's all I'm saying. It's not about trying to down you or none of that, because I respect everyone's opinions and I respect everyone. I respect how people live. It's your business, not my business. I wouldn't do it. I'm out. But there's people who will do it, and so what? That's their business. But I'm not here to judge you or to tell you to do it or not to do it. When I say I'm not gonna do so, I wouldn't do it, is because I wouldn't do it. Doesn't mean you don't have to do it, or doesn't mean you can do it. Whatever the case. But I'm not judging you. I'm just telling you what you need to do to make this work for you. If you're going to be in this situation, why not make it work? Why make it a hard situation, a crazy situation, a sad situation? Make the situation work. Continue on. Block that out your mind. I know you may not be able to, but if you got your mind occupied with other stuff and other things, maybe you won't have so much time to worry about what's going on there. And you could just worry about what's going on in your household, and you can keep it together that way. Because like I said, you can't stop someone from doing what they want to do, something that you allow them to do, even if you don't think you do allow them. By you saying, yo, I forgive you this 8th time, you allowing them. So what I'm saying is, it's pointless to carry on arguments and you love this person, right? You want them to stay. So stop with the arguments and the nagging and the accusing and the thing. You know what's going on. You don't need to accuse. You know what's going on. And that's how you gotta move. Get everything together. Continue on with your day. Cook dinner. Take care of the kids. Take care of your household. Take care of everything that's going on in your household. Get yourself a side hobby in time. With your time, don't follow nobody. Don't follow him when he leaves. Oh, I'm gonna follow him. See where he's going. Doesn't matter, because even if you pop up on the scene and start a fight and blah blah blah, he comes on with you. His intention was to go do whatever he was gonna do. So you feel like, oh, I feel good because I stopped it. And now I caught you. Okay, now what? We go home. We probably have an argument. Tomorrow's a new day. Like, I'll just find a way to do this tomorrow. So you see what I'm saying? And then you're back to the same position you was in yesterday. And this is going to be an everyday thing. This is not going to be something. This is just, I see these chicks on these talk shows, and I see these chicks in general, how they act. And I be cracking up. They be fighting, rumbling chicks, and I'm like, you're going to rumble everybody? Somebody's going to pound you into a pulp. You're going to be looking out there looking crazy. You never had me out there looking crazy fighting no chick. Especially on Jerry Springer. Well, all that stuff is crazy anyway. But you have real life Jerry Springers out there. These chicks be rumbling, really brawling. I see it on Facebook, YouTube, all them social media. Fighting, rumbling. Dudes standing there laughing. He on a cell phone with the next chick. Yo, these two chicks is fighting over me. Y'all not understanding that? You're putting too much energy into someone else. If someone's gonna stay with you and disrespect you and do all this stuff, and you allow them to disrespect you a few times, what do you think is gonna happen? Think it's gonna stop? Well, I wouldn't stop if I was you. Like, yo, I don't have time for what you're talking about. Because at the end of the day, if you really sit down and have a conversation with him, or you listen to him have a conversation about this with anybody else, you're gonna realize that you're not going nowhere. And in his mind, you're not going nowhere. And in his mind, it's just, why don't you just shut up about this? You know what's going on. And you're not going nowhere, so why don't you just shut up? And he's wondering why you can't. And then they brains work crazy. And can't speak from a man's point of view, but I know a lot of guy friends that I have, and one of my friends who wrote this amazing book about the whole about guys' perspective on cheating in a relationship, and it's a really good book. It's called Good Men Do Cheat, and it's by Carl Roberts. Um, if you go out and get that book, it'll give you a lot of perspective, basically, on what I'm talking about and these issues that we're addressing when it comes to relationships. So it's more like you, you the guy's in the guy's mind. He's basically, if you read about, I think it's I don't know what section it's in, but it's basically kind of summing it up to say that, like, what is the point to keep on arguing about something and keep going on about something that you know is going on, and you're not you're not going nowhere. So why don't you just get to the point of acceptance? You know what I mean? You've gotten to the point, you've gotten past forgiving. So once you get past forgiving, you need to get to that point of the acceptance. I don't care what nobody says out here. I'm just keeping it real with you. Why would you be in something, stay in something that hurts you so much? Make it work for you. Make it happy for you. Like them people be saying, don't join the team. I mean, basically that's what it is. If you with somebody and they messing with all these other people, you know it, and even though you're arguing and fighting, you don't like it, you still part of the team. So what you gonna do? That's what's wrong. That's what's wrong with people. They don't want to have teamwork. They just want to work against the team, and then when the team fails, everybody's mad. You keep your household together. You don't worry about that outside stuff. Why are you wasting your time with it? You out there looking crazy. And excuse me if I find it just crazy that anybody would put themselves through it. But let me tell you something. I'm not gonna knock anybody. I'm not gonna judge anybody, because people go through different things. And when you're looking from the outside in, you can make all kind of opinions and all kind of judgments and all kind of whatever. But you don't know what their situation is. There's a lot of women, men too, whoever, who have low self-esteem and will take what they can get just to have someone. Some people are lonely just to have someone. For the life of me, I can't understand why a woman would go to a prison, meet a guy through mail, and marry him. That says a lot about her as a person and her self-esteem. You're gonna be willing to marry someone who's locked up, who's probably like a lot of women do in life. You're gonna go have conjugal visits, probably get pregnant by this person, and bring kids to this world with a guy who could never provide for them, who's gonna be in prison all his life or most of his life, and when he comes out, he's gonna be a burden to you and your whole family. Because what is he gonna be able to do for you? I just don't. It's crazy to me. But then I try to look at it from their perspective. I don't know what their life is like. I don't know I don't know what they've been through to make their self-esteem so low, or not even their self-esteem, to make them feel that that's something that they should do. Like one woman was like, well, he's in there, so, whatever. I'm out here, I'm just chilling. Whatever. Maybe she don't want to have that type of relationship where she's with someone every day, laid up with them. Maybe that works for her. That's why I said I'm not judging or knocking nobody, because everybody has a different logic and everybody has a different opinion. So I can't really judge and say, well, it's crazy to me. It's very crazy to me. Not being judgmental, saying she's stupid, but it's just crazy to me. I could never understand. I will never understand that unless she explained it to me. And if she explained it to me, maybe I would understand the depth of where it's coming from, or the depth of why she feels that she needs to go and marry someone that's never coming out of jail. But I think, like I said, it comes from self-esteem. A lot of this comes from self-esteem, because if you're a person who has high self-esteem and you're a confident individual, why would you put yourself in a situation where you're dealing with this on a regular basis and you're that stalker? I've never ever in my life, and it's hilarious, never been that. But I've seen people do it, and I would just sit and look and be like, wow, this is like a whole day's work. She's looking through emails, trying to get hacked into emails, spending about 2 hours just to try to figure out a code, trying to do this and trying to do that, and let's go here and look at this. I was like, wow, what is this doing? This is such a waste of time. Look what we're doing for the day. Wow, I wish I was at a park. I wish I was out to lunch. I wish I was out to brunch. I wish I was just sitting on the stoop somewhere. That's how I was feeling like, yo, I can't believe I'm on this mission. This is like, I mean, while it's entertaining, it's just pointless to me. It's pointless, and to me, it's a waste of time. And life is too short to me to waste any amount of time, even a minute, even a second. It's just pointless. So, like I said, it's entertaining, but at the end of the day, it's like I cannot believe I wasted my time doing this nonsense. We went through all of this, found the information that we needed. We got confirmation. Okay. Next day, I'm told about the confrontation. I'm told about everything. When I'm finished being told, which is another waste of time, but not really, because I listen to my friends. Like, if they have something to tell me, I'm gonna listen, regardless of how crazy and how out of control or whatever I think they're dealing with. I'm gonna listen. So I'm listening, and the next day I'm having dinner or going out or doing something with you, him, like nothing happened. And this goes on and on every few months, every few weeks, but this is how it goes. You see where I'm going with this? A lot of time wasted. A lot of time wasted. A lot of energy wasted. I'm the type of person who likes to go to the spa. I want to get spa treatments and massages and spas, and that's what I want to do. I'm not wasting my time with all this nonsense. Adding extra stress. Do you know that stress can kill you? Stress can literally kill you. Put you in the hospital. Cause all types of disorders. Because I know I'm about that healthy, fresh, clean living. I do eat junk food. I'll tell you that any day. I love junk food, but I'm mostly about the clean living and listening to your body and things when you eat. So it's amazing to me. It's just amazing to me how the world works and the world thinks. They don't really look at where I'm. They don't look at the depth of what I'm trying to say as far as wasting time and wasting energy on stuff. It's all about the top portion. The top portion is I'm so angry, I'm so mad, I have to do this and I have to do that, I have to do that. If you sit down and meditation is sometimes I meditate. It's not even sitting down and getting to or how do you do that. It's not so much about that, and I respect that. But a lot of meditation sometimes come from just sitting there and just sitting there analyzing everything you're going through in your life and what's going on in your life and how it's affecting you, how it's affecting you mentally, physically, and things like that. I do self-examinations. I'll go and examine my skin. I'll examine everything to make sure if I see things on my skin like breakout or whatever, I want to know what the root of that is. It could be a stress-related issue. It could be something I'm eating. It could be anything. But a lot of women don't take time to learn themselves and to learn about what's going on with themselves and their bodies and their mental state. And then when something happens, they something happened to them health-wise, they losing their mind because it's not it. They've done so much that they don't have time. I'm on top of my health, and I research a lot, and I'm just really into my health. So, and people don't understand that a sane mind will help keep a good physical. A sane mind will keep you. It's part of health. It's part of mental health. It's also part of physical health. When I say a sane mind, unnecessary stresses, the more stress you put on your body, the more susceptible you are to diseases and autoimmune issues. So if you constantly putting this type of unnecessary stress on you, you're gonna keep putting on you, what you think is gonna happen to you? Your mind. I'm not a doctor. Excuse me, but I do a lot of research and I do a lot of I'm very vocal when I'm at the doctor's office. I'm very vocal, and I do get second opinions and talk to different doctors and health providers and just pretty much do my own research. So and that's why I'm able to say these things about having stress and it can be a factor in your physical health. It absolutely can. And like I'm saying, people don't think about that. They think about the issue at hand too much, and women tend to get so wrapped up in the guy that their mind is not focused on their underlying health or even their overlying health, like skin and stuff like that. I try to make sure that my overall health is in good condition because then my it'll it'll keep you healthy. But if you're going around fighting and arguing with people and putting yourself and also your oh I got about 5 more minutes, then we out of here. But also putting your sexual health at risk. That can cause issues, mental, physical, on your body. And this is what I'm saying is, if you're dealing with a situation like this, you have a lot to deal with. You have that mental stress, you have that physical stress. You may not know all that, doing all the looking through emails and chasing and finding and searching and calling and fighting. That's a physical stress that you're putting on your body, unnecessary stress. Like I said, the more stress you put on your body, the more susceptible you are to diseases and autoimmune issues and things like that. But but people wouldn't associate either of the two together. But it's a fact. So if you're dealing with all of this together, imagine what's going to happen to your overall health. You're dealing with a lot. You're dealing with a whole bunch of things, and you can eliminate some of those things. But you choose to continue and keep on putting and keep on putting on your plate. So basically, my advice for you is this: if you're going to be in a type of situation where you forgiving over and over and over and over and over, and you absolutely not gonna leave, or you threaten to leave, but you won't. Threatening is not gonna do anything. Arguing is not gonna do anything. Fighting is not gonna do anything. Fighting other people is not gonna do anything. Finding emails, everything you're doing, none of what you're doing is effective, and it's obvious that it's not effective because you keep doing it over and over. So what I'm telling you is make the situation work in your favor. Do what you have to do. Once again, if you don't know, like I said, get a hobby. Go out with your friends. Go to the spa. Get you a side piece. Do what you need to do to keep your situation together and keep your sanity. That's number one. You are number one. So if you're going to deal with this, make sure you think about you first and how you're going to deal with this and keep yourself together while you are dealing with this and just move on. You have to try to block all of that out of your head because you're going to remain in this and you're going to keep going and going and going until you just can't go no more. So, do what you got to do, once again, to keep this, to work on your situation as far as the household. Continue on, cook dinner, be a good wife, do what you got to do. But don't sit there and dwell on what that person is doing. You're doing this and you're doing that and you're looking through phones and you're looking through emails and you're searching, you're finding it, you're searching. When do you get to a point where you stop? If this is a cycle and you keep going and this keeps going on, when do you get to a point where you stop? When do you say, you know what, enough is enough, I'm out? Or do you say that? So what I'm basically saying is, what are you going to do to resolve this issue? You're not going to do nothing to resolve the issue because you can't resolve the issue. You can't stop what's going on. This has been going on. You've been accepting of it or forgiving of it. Maybe you don't accept it, but you've been forgiving of it. And once you've forgiven it, you should learn to accept it. Because if you're not going to go nowhere, shouldn't you make the most of what you got going on? Shouldn't you try to